some intentions, distractions, and some of your weekly playlist, I'll pass it to Ivy.
Thanks, Chuy. My intention is just to sync with you and see where I can support in comms. Um, Weekly playlist. Actually, I know this question is coming, but I haven't really been listening to any music the past days. It's sad, but yeah. So I don't have any weekly playlist at the moment. And yeah, I pass it to Manu.
Thanks, Ivy. I've been listening to Mozart, mainly Requiem, and some other classical music. And well, oh yeah, also like Megadeth and Iron Maiden and Metallica. That's pretty much it. I'll pass it to Nate.
Intentions are to catch up. Distractions are I'm home now, and yeah, I'm just really excited to be in my own little cozy environment. Playlist, a lot of Lupe. I really enjoy Lupe Fiasco a lot, so I've been listening to a lot of him recently and a lot of his new stuff. So I'll pass it to Zepti.
Thank you, Nate. Yeah, my intentions is to see where I can support so we reach the highest minimum goal. Nah, yeah, support where I can for comms to help the hatch and music. I've been listening Ajax and Proc. They made a new song yesterday. It's very lit. And yeah, I'll pass it to Chuy.
Thank you, Septi. Intentions go through what's left of the hatch campaign. Everything is doing pretty good. I am very interested in discussing a proposal with you guys for um, future contributors in the comms DAO. So regarding like requesting funding and all of this, um, and this is um, in oh and about my playlist. Actually, for the past couple of days, I've been listening to a friend's playlist on Spotify called Playlist Emputada, which is like like pissed playlist. Um, and it has a bunch of what Manu has been also listening to. Uh, just like yeah, just like rock and stuff like this. I'm posting a link in the comms channel. It's a lot of fun. You'll also cross paths with uh, some good old classics of like metal and and just like similar hardcore stuff. Um, so yeah, that's been my playlist for the past few days. Um, okay, so let's start with something that we wanted to go through, which is the hatch animation video. Uh, there seem to be like some notes and a lot of feedback from the community. Um, uh, to be honest with you guys, like there's only probably like an probably will be able to change or act on top of like only half of these nodes, and this is mostly because of like production resources and it's just like something that I mean I know that there's not a lot of experience in the community. However, we trust that we're gonna keep improving this, uh, and this is so that in the future we can foresee some of these issues in the script and and be able to change them before going into actual production. So Manu, do you feel you could share the last version of this video, and maybe we can do like a round of feedback and some stuff that we can consider as adjustments, and yeah, fix it and hopefully have it published by Thursday, maybe Friday. Um, So yeah, do you think you could share the version with the last voiceover?
Yeah, I have the I have the voiceover file. My team is still combining uh, the version that we had with adding the edits that you gave me, and with Bowen's voiceover. So what I can do is I can post the voiceover file, the audio file, on the comms uh, channel. Everyone can listen to it, or I can play it, and everyone can just listen from my mic. What do you think would be better?
I could also, if you DM me the link, I can share it in my stream, uh, and everybody can get to listen to it. Um, just to quickly check, you guys know what video we're talking about, right? The hatch animation video.
You just came out with that, right?
Yeah.
It's been in the oven for a long time.
Okay.
I think they've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. It's with the voiceover that you did, right? With your voice, Mano?
The last version,
saw
yes.
it. Okay.
But we got Bowen, Mr. Boyfriend. He's like our Denzel, so he
Yeah,
has
he's
better.
Okay.
a great voiceover artist.
Yeah, honestly.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
And yeah, he did a pretty
It's
good job.
it's in your
Actually,
Telegram,
Manu,
Chuy.
okay, yeah. Well, I was gonna ask you that. See if I could. Well, okay. So this file that you just sent me is the same one that you put on top of the video that Bowen sent you, right?
Um, what do you mean?
Here, I'll just share the what I have.
I think it's a voiceover with some soundtrack, or it might be just the
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let me. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what you think.
Welcome to the Token Engineering Commons Hatch. We are advancing the field of token engineering to promote positive economic change for societies. Before a bridge is built, it must be tested to ensure its safety. An economy is a bridge that similarly needs to be tested for resilience. For this, we need token engineering. As a member of the Trusted Seed, you can help the advancement of this critical field by joining the Hatch. In the Hatch, an amount of wrapped XDAI will be sent by the Trusted Seed. Whenever anyone sends wrapped XDAI to the Hatch, Hatch tokens are minted. If we don't reach the minimum goal, all of the wrapped XDAI will be refunded. With Hatch tokens, the community, driven by its open governance, will be able to participate in the Hatch DAO and help collectively design the economy for the Commons upgrade. The Token Engineering Commons will fund proposals that will improve research, development, and education in the field. Token Engineering Commons, advancing token engineering.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? That was great. I really like all the graphics.
Well, maybe I can just explain really quick. The edit will be when the people are together and they are they're sharing the same cloud thought. I'm gonna change that simulation, the graphics for the new Figma that Marco did. Also, the shirts. There's two shirts or two people with one has a common stack shirt. They are TC. They're both going to be TC. The same with backers and builders. One has a common stack logo. The other has a TC logo. It's going to be TC. Also, backers and builders are going to be. It's just going to be hatchers. And the other edits where yeah, the ratio percentages are going to be corrected so that uh, it's clear that we're once we get to a minimum goal, we're good to go. But ideally, we want to reach the target goal, so the percentages are gonna reflect that. Um, and yeah, those are the edits that we have so far. If there are more edits that you guys feel, then I'm all ears.
Um, Hello everyone. Sorry to came late to the call.
Hello, Edu.
Hello. I like the video. I have a few suggestions. I feel like it's the only common stack shirt that I will leave is the Trusted Seed one because the Trusted Seed is from the common stack, not from the TEC. So I will leave the logo from the common stack on that animation section where it talks about the Trusted Seed putting Trusted Seed part, and then the logo of the TEC, that version of black and white, I think, I mean, we have the version that it's with yellow background on the web of the hatch. So shouldn't we like sort of align the logo that we are using so it's the same everywhere, so we don't like be constantly changing? And secondly and thirdly, I saw it so fast that I don't have like a proper a specific where, but I think there could be it could be useful to have a little bit of titles for certain things and part of the processes where people are not familiar with the terms. For example, hatch, or for example, wrap XI or whatever. To have, I don't know, it could be added to subtitles, I guess. But if there is an icon, it would be nice to just like below the egg, just to add the hatch or something, just so people can understand the word, because we are so familiar with these words that we think that maybe we understand them, but other people may not. So just to have like this kind of clarification, so that people doesn't get confused trying to understand one word and they lose the context of the rest. So those are my 3 feedbacks.
Perfect. I already wrote some of this, Edu. This is great feedback. Thank you. We were actually thinking about like getting rid of any like common stack reference, but it does make a lot of sense if we keep it in the trusted seed mention. So uh, let's talk about that, Manu, to just to be able to because we want to get away from the whole like builders and backers like duality. We just want to like focus on hatchers. Uh, so so if
Yeah.
we so if we mention the trusted seed, let's just like talk about how we can make this better, and also just to have a let's say a better integration of the logos and the actual animation that is happening. Um, Also, I don't know. Like, does anybody else have some stuff that we didn't cover, or some any other corrections that you'd like to suggest?
Yeah, I think like the music on the first iteration, personally I like it more. Like the yeah.
Yes, yes. Actually, like this is, if I'm not mistaken, is something that Bowen added like temporarily, just like as a background, and Manu just like plays that video on top of the animation. But we didn't really like put it together from source. It was just so that we could have a better idea of how it was gonna, of the look and feel it was gonna take with the new voiceover. Uh, but I also like the other music better. I don't know if anybody else has some notes on this, but I would personally keep the first iterations track.
I mean, what's the time on this?
We want to have this ready by this Thursday, possibly Friday, uh, so that it's supporting material for the hatch parties that we're gonna have.
Okay, cool.
I also agree with Zepsi. I think the music in the first version is better, and I feel also like the narration is too slow compared from the last one. I mean, yeah, there are parts like I feel like yeah, it's taking so long to finish a sentence. So compared to the first version that Man made, I think the pace of the narration is better in that one. And I also want to add to something to what Eduardo said about the subtitles. Maybe if the video, if we don't have enough space for the subtitles or the text, we can just put them in the description section in YouTube. I don't know if it will help. So yeah.
Yes, Ivy. Actually, I wanted to put together like an SRT file, like an SRT separate file, so that we don't have to embed the subtitles and people can activate them or deactivate them in directly in YouTube. And probably this can help us more, like if we add in the description that subtitles are available, and this can also like help us cover many languages. So I just wanted to like what the recording that you just heard. We're gonna request some additional notes. I mean, it's not that the whole recording doesn't really work. We have some stuff that is really useful there already, but we do want to like we feel that the pace is a little bit off. Uh, I feel that Manu's pace was actually like much better. It could adapt, but I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's because of Bowen has like a more professional like accentuation and pronunciation, maybe that there's like this change in the pacing. So actually a good idea that I had for taking advantage of this is trying to fill in like some of the blanks with like important insights like your economy, your choice, where the first participatory economics, uh, something like this, something in which we can reinforce uh, our message and slogan. I really like how the advancing token engineering conclusion works. Uh, so just try to like have some more of that. Um, what do you guys feel about this? Like, is there something that you would like to hear in the voiceover, or do you feel that we're already pretty much like covering it? This can also include like some of the rap text issues that we've been having. We could maybe emphasize that a little bit more. But yeah, like if any notes are welcome right now.
Um, I really like the voiceover. This version. It sounds like a professional radio speaker or something like that. So I really like that one. I will suggest to sort of give it more space because it speaks a little bit like all the content. There is no punctuation. Like he just speaks like in like straight.
Mhm.
Um, so I will leave like some space for pause, if it is possible. I don't know if it is possible or not. And then I would love to. I don't know which is the last part of the voiceover. I don't remember the last part of the voiceover, but like some form of welcome to the community, or we something more um like embracing the fact that we are inviting these
Yes.
people who are watching the video could be nice. But yeah, that's it.
Conclusion should reinforce sense of belonging. Might be a good way to describe it.
Correct, exactly.
Okay, this is perfect. And just one last issue. I also wanted to see how everyone felt about this. Um, the animation. Um, the animation, like right now, as you like as you know, probably has it just feels soft, and it has like a pretty good reason because that animation that was included in the common stack ABC uh, was like it was like a how do you call it like a mask or a facade. Like it's it doesn't really work as it's supposed. It's used to like exemplify, to make an example of a cat model, but it's not accurate. Like it doesn't really work this way. So this is why it feels off. And in a way, we're already like behind schedule, and we want to take the most out of this video. But we feel that if we wait uh, for the Figma or for Marco's design, this is gonna put us behind schedule even more. I mean, this is of course with all like due respect to Marco's work. He's been doing a great job, but it's just like a matter of not having it in time for taking the most out of this. So I just wanted to like make an open question and see if you guys had any ideas. I thought of maybe including the params dashboard that we used for voting our hatch params, but it also, I mean, it's not like the best design. So how do you guys feel about this? Like, what do you think could be a good option for replacing the animation for something that is closer to what we're going to be having?
So due to the time constraint of Thursday, I think it would be really beneficial if we set out like a kind of a priority list of the things that we'd like to see with the video, and then Manu can, you just knock as much as you can out before Thursday and through that priority list, and then we'll just deal with what we have. Is my opinion.
Yes, actually, the team is already working on some of these corrections, like the builders backers things, like these notes. They already have, and they're working on this. But this is one of the loose ends that we had. Like, what do we do with this animation? So I guess that I mean, regarding like solutions and something that is efficient for Manu's team, I feel that the previous dashboard that we used, it doesn't look as cool as the one that we're using, but it's probably closer to it's probably much closer to uh, to what we're using right now. So uh, would you suggest, Nate, to just leave it as it is, or I mean, the
My
screen
own
capture of
opinion.
another? Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I would just say my own opinion. As long as people get the message across that it's a participatory economic system that's, you get to participate in how it's designed, like, which I do think was conveyed with the graphics that are currently in the video. I don't see a problem with it. I don't think it should be that high of a priority. I would say the messaging is the most important thing, making sure people understand like things that Edu talked about in terms of like maybe adding a definition for the hatch and making newcomers who aren't necessarily sure like what it means, like they're not going to understand what the what the graphics look like or understand what's going on in the background anyway. So as long as the messaging is clear, I don't have a problem with the graphics.
Okay. Yeah. This is really good to know. Everyone else do you have any inputs about what part of the message is getting across, or just I mean, I do feel that a good way to save a bunch of time, it's maybe cover it with a voiceover element. So definitely like also reinforce that part of uh, try to link the animation uh, with participatory economics and add some extra lines around this. Uh, does anybody else have some more input on the animation video, or should we move on to the next agenda topic? Okay, so let's move on with the hatch campaign overview. Uh, we're gonna be using a bunch of new content that we're gonna have. We not only have this hatch animation video, but we also have I almost have ready our uh, after movie for the TEC on conference. So this is potentially gonna be not replacing, but maybe like upgrading our community video to something that feels much more like warmer. And I mean, we're all together like in person, so it really, I feel that it really communicates this community sense of belonging. So this is one of the new content that uh, we're gonna be having. Also, regarding our participation in the Daoist, we're trying to figure out how we can just handle this like lack of content, because as some of you know, we lost the video, unfortunately, of the conference, but we do have the audio. So these conferences are mostly going to be uploaded as podcasts, but we have a really nice after movie for the event, and we want to use this since it includes a bunch of other DAOs, and in a way the TEC supported the Daoist event with this content. We want to use this to like spread the message of the hatch throughout like all of the DAOs that participated. So we feel that this could give us like an extra boost in the next few days. And I'm gonna share this. Uh,
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just quick question. Is it not possible to just using the after movie and just pick selected parts of the podcast conference from time and Livy and just do a voiceover over the video from the Daoist? So it's like this kind of, have you seen these videos like from Vice or from like Playground kind of videos that they just have the background? It could be nice because it's our actually Daoist kind of video, but also having this voiceover with the most relevant parts from Tam's and DB talk. So it could be, you can merge this content and make it more productive. Maybe.
Yes, we're we're trying to find solutions for this, because as you're gonna see in this clip, um, one of the issues that we have is that most of the rushes, I mean, most of the clips that were captured were slow mo. So even if we like ramp it up and like play it back at full speed, they end up lasting like 2, maybe 3 seconds. So this isn't really like useful for syncing the audio, and it was one of the concerns that we had. However, we do feel that we could make a custom, like a more customized version for the TEC that does include some of these like audio content. So I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this clip to see what you think about it. We also have a lot of still photography, especially around the TEC event. So those are some other options that we are considering, just like editing some of the highlights, using the pictures, maybe like some Ken Burns effects on top of them. Uh, but yeah, it was a tragedy to lose that media. Like it was really sad for us. So yeah, I'll just show you this and see what you think about it. Okay, so we are already working in some changes uh, for this. There are some obvious modifications we're doing, like the focus in on Griff, mentioning the common stack, but for a giveth presentation, that yeah, like all of that didn't really seem good. We're changing the font. Also, it was like a working progress suggestion, but we are definitely switching this to something more usable. So uh, with this material, and also like once we add like all of the sponsor logos and all of this, uh, this is gonna be helpful uh, for putting it out there in many like different DAO channels, not only like the TEC. So in a way, it's kind of like one of the strategies that we're looking for by having like participated and also like sponsored the Taoist in a way. Uh, so this is so some other uh, this is like a different content that we're gonna be having for the rest of the hatch campaign. Uh, we have a bunch of pictures of our participation in ITCC, in the Taoist, in our own on conference um, that we're also going to be tweeting in the next few weeks, and we're going to provide just a general like drive link so that all of the community can have access to the pictures that were taken around these events. So we have a bunch of a bunch of content that is usable for the rest of the month, for the rest of the hatch campaign. And also, I mean, if anybody that went to Paris would like to contribute with some of these pictures, I know that we've been like asking in the groups and everything. So if you want to, if you have anything that you'd like to share, or also any like conferences that you like, we can definitely and gladly include this in the rest of the hatch campaign. Um,
So all the videos are in slow mo. All the videos.
Most of the videos of the talks are in slow mo because the team did realize that we were already filming everything in a regular speed. However, yeah, like they filmed most of it in slow motion, and the thing is that yeah,
That's
it's just sad. I'm sorry.
no. It's just crazy because it's like no video professional does a raw recording in slow mo. Like doesn't make sense. Anyways, I think edition wise, it could be interesting. There is these videos that you can take as they're doing good videos. It's these guys who they put out a resume of every day of etc.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and I can ask them for if they have any footage that they didn't use about the Taoist, if they have anything to that, because I'm a friend of them, so I can ask them because they offered to record Tam and Libby, so I can ask them if they record anything from that.
Oh, that would be awesome, Edu. Yes,
So we can sort of
yes.
match some of the videos that were from that are in slow mo with the ones that are in normal speed. Or I even can suggest if Nate, if you recorded something with the GoPro, so we can just like change the piece of the video so we can have not
Hmm.
all the slow mo because it looks like photos. Because since it's recorded in slow mo, it looks like because of the piece of the video editing, it looks like it is just photos that you are putting in a slideshow. So if we can just have small pieces of videos that are in normal speed, then we can sort of balance it out and yeah, make it work.
I have a couple videos that I can share with you, but I don't think many of them were from the Taoist, so
It's mad.
unfortunately. But yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll send you all my files, and you can just do what you want with them.
yes. Also, like if even in a more like recap format, we could just like grab some of the talks highlights. I'll make sure we have the audio available as soon as possible. I'm talking to the media team in the from the Taoist. So if anything else like comes up, like if Alejo or anybody can come up with like any media that we could use, we can definitely put something together that matches like a recap format rather than trying to like cover it. Just present it as highlights and link uh, uh, all of the people that are interested to the audio file or just this uh, podcast link. Okay. Anybody else has some input around some of the hatch campaign content? Okay. Let's go to the next. Uh, let's go to the next topic, which is something that has really been bothering me. So I would like to bring this up, see how you guys feel about this, and see if this is like a good model that we could implement for starting our comms DAO. Uh, okay, let's see. Okay, so this is something that I was trying to put together, thinking about how we are gonna be able to administer some of our funds. So I thought of putting together Comms DAO as soon as we can present this proposal for funding. And instead of asking for a large sum that is gonna maybe like delay the vote, uh, my proposal, while we had the unconference in Paris, was to try to cover this on isolated funding for different projects. So I wanted to put this out there and see how especially contributors felt around this like example. I mean, none of this is written in stone. This is just an initial suggestion that I had. Uh, but trying to have like a basic income for comms contributors. So, for example, I set this table like assuming we are gonna have like a base like some basic hours per week where we're gonna cover some like basic functions, and assuming we would spend like this amount of hours per week on our work, uh, we would be having like a much lower rate in than the one that the common stack provides for us. But what this would allow is that quarterly we would be needing to ask for this sum of money uh, for like 8,352 DAI, which I feel that is something achievable, and this will provide uh, for like a basic income for comms contributors. We could maybe like top it to 10,000 and have like a like an extra uh, amount that we could offer like new contributors. And I mean, after all, like this is all going to a DAO. That I mean, I'm more familiar with Aragon, but I would really like to try out Colony. So I'll seek for an advice process once we get closer to this. So so this would be like the basic like income for comms contributors. This is something that we could definitely achieve requesting funding to the community, and it's just something that won't be like difficult. And then like on top of this basic income, my idea was to have isolated projects. For example, this video that we've been talking about for a while now. Those of you who were able to attend the TEC on conference in Paris, remember that I brought this up. Uh, Manu and I have been talking for a while about putting together like a nice video production because we are so obsessed with the with the Aragon Fight for Freedom video. It's just great. Like uh, people watch it and they get like this pump, right? Like about like feeling good about whatever is happening there. Like they don't understand anything. Like they don't know what a DAO is after watching the video, but it's so beautiful. Like this sense of, okay, so this is definitely like pushing stuff forward, right? So we want to offer something similar for the community that would help to define like the importance of token engineering. And we want to do this like in a visual way that involves uh, as many like ideas and stuff as possible. And we would like to hire a production team for this. So this, for example, could be a project that by itself could probably need like 15K of funding, right? I mean, this is considering that we're going to be having access to really nice equipment and really nice uh, professional people that have worked in cinema for many years in Mexico. And this is something that we can definitely put together in a pre-production like Bible, let's say. And this could be all presented to the community in a pre-production process. And if we request something like these greater amounts for these greater kind of projects, it's also, I mean, in a way, it's not like 50K, right? So in a way, this like it being a limited amount could also benefit a lot, uh, so that it doesn't really like get stuck in during a lot of days, uh, like in the conviction voting process. And this kind of funding could also provide for additional income for comms contributors. And I mean, there's like a bunch of stuff that we could find for each like project, right? So if I don't know, like if David, for example, would like to make a proposal on funding some kind of like Twitter program or research or maybe like advertising or whatever it is, there is a way in which by having these additional uh, isolated projects, we can have an extra income per month, and also count with some of the basic income, just doing what we've been doing for the last few months, like Twitter things and just like getting the working group together, being able to discuss and brainstorm for bigger projects. So yes, this was like the initial idea that I had for the Comms DAO. What's the general feel about this from you? Yeah, if maybe yeah, go ahead, Nate. Maybe you can start.
No,
And also if you could pass it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just wanted to say this is exactly the start we need in terms of thinking about our working groups. I like the idea of having kind of a basic income. However, I think that's going to be very difficult, especially at the beginning when we have uncertainty around the funding for the working groups. They're all like the working group here is going to be interrelated with like how we fund working groups at the TEC in general. So it's going to be very difficult to accomplish is from a basic income standpoint. So those numbers may have to be lowered or increased as time goes on and we evolve. But I like the idea of it. I think it's a really good idea just to keep contributors around. I do think the projects themselves will have to be specifically like the proposals themselves are going to have to convert. So if we have a proposal here in the Comms DAO, that proposal is going to have to first pass with the TEC. We need to have clarification and standards around like what is being proposed, what we're getting out of it, who's doing it, what kind of hours are articulated through that. So we need to have this entire process within the Comms DAO, but we also need to transfer that proposal that's going to be in the Comms DAO to the TEC DAO and have that voted on and approved beforehand. So there's a lot of interconnected parts, and it's like I'm glad we're starting to think about it because that's what we need to be doing. I do like this direction. We need to start thinking in terms of being a DAO. But I would say like the basic income aspect, which is a really good idea. We'll have to probably wait until we have a little bit more of an active economy within the TEC to where we can say, oh yeah, we can justify $2,000 a month just for basic income for the communications DAO. But yeah, I think that's if we can start creating standards around proposals themselves and like, you know, what needs to be a part of a proposal. What are the expectations? What are the milestones that we have to achieve in order to accomplish that proposal and all that good stuff? Having conversations around that is a really good starting point. So that's just my thoughts, and I'll pass it to Ivy.
Thanks, Nick. So yeah, I'm also glad that comms team started creating this plan because it's actually I mean I'm talking from the transparency working group perspective because we really need to have this information for transparency. So on that note, so yeah, it would be great that if once once this is ready, yeah, we can if we can have like a clear process on how we can request the fund. And for the isolated projects, I don't know how we'll decide on that, or should it be voted on by the comms team or by the community, which project or which isolated project should get the funding. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. And I pass it to Anu.
Thanks, Ivy. I don't have anything else to add. I agree with what Nate said, and I really like the way it's structured. Yeah, I think there's a lot of variables still in the air, and we'll see how those settle themselves. But for now, I really like what you've got so far, Chuy, and I'll pass it to Septi.
Oh, this mic. Thank you, Manu. Yeah, yeah. I don't have any much to say. Like Ivy covered like the transparency part, and yeah, I agree with Nate. Like it's good to start making these things and see how we evolve as a DAO. And yeah, I'll pass it to Santi.
Hello, guys. Nothing to add here. I'm just listening to you and to get updated on the comms. I'll pass it to I don't know who's missing. Nate.
I already went, but I'll pass it to Dan.
No, I don't have much to say. Just basically, this is great thinking ahead. That's my main point. But just as everybody else, like seeing how these waves develop. Anyway, since like a bunch of things to happen before. I don't know who to pass it to, so I'll pass it back to Chuy.
Thank you, Dan. Let's see, David.
Hi, everybody. I'm here to support the comms group and keep moving forward. Nothing else to say at the moment, so I'll just pass it back to Chuy. Thanks.
Okay, maybe let's try Acid Laser, especially you guys that are contributors, and I mean, really irreplaceable contributors to comms. I'm very interested in seeing like your level of acceptance of this or any ideas that you have. I mean, we're getting like a little bit ahead of this. It's not something that we have to decide right now, but I'm very interested in your input about how we're dividing this, and I'd really like to just have and count your opinion in for just enriching this proposal. So, Acid Laser, also, if you have anything to say, and other than that, I think that Eduardo is missing, and maybe Justin, who just came in and catch the last part of this conversation. So I'll pass it to you, Acid Laser.
Hello, everyone. So sorry I came late. so I think I'm going to watch this meeting in YouTube. But anything design you need, don't feel free to ask me, and I'll pass it to Eduardo, or who's yes,
Thank you.
Eduardo.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty much complete. I think it will be. I will even try to introduce it to the community stewards call to just receive feedback from everyone, and probably the rest of the working groups can sort of learn from this first draft and see how realistic it is when we have the conjunction of all the working groups proposals of this kind. And then the only part that I see missing, it's probably DC Scouts. I don't know if you want to have it under the umbrella of comms or it will be something separate. But even if it is not part of comms, it will be probably under the umbrella of the things that you also will be contributing to, even if you are not full-time on it. So if you just want to consider the DC Scouts as part of that budget, probably. That will be the only thing that I will add. And I will pass it to Justin. I think that's the last one.
Yes, I'm very sorry. I'm in a log restaurant. I'm just observing and learning as much as I can about certain class.
Thank you, Justin. Welcome. Okay. So I thanks, Edu. I actually hadn't thought of that about the TEC Scouts. This is something that actually works much better at this stage of the TEC. So okay, so we're at the top of the hour. Just one last thing that I wanted to go through. Tomorrow during the Steward's call, I'm gonna request vacation. I wanted to wait on this like around September maybe, or just something, because everybody took a vacation on August. So I didn't want to put like a lot of pressure on the community, but like, to be honest with all of you, like, I've been struggling a little bit with like some mental health, so I'd like to take like these like 15 days off and just like seek for some kind of like help or advisement. Maybe I just like need the rest. And yeah, it's just like been like crazy months, and also like this whole coming back and like COVID and like all of this stuff, it was just like started getting crazy. So I really like gave it a thought, and I'm gonna request these days so that I could uh, recharge some batteries. So I wanted to share it in this working group, and yeah, really thank all of you for your contributions and your help during the past months. So yeah, thanks everybody for being here today, and hopefully I'll see you more in the rest of the week. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for all of the experiences from the past weeks. It's been really nice. So thanks everybody, and I hope
Thanks,
you have a great
Chuy.
week.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Chuy.
Thank you.
There.